Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, episode 2 of Let's Talk Naija. We hope you guys enjoyed our first video. So today we have something new for you. As you can see, it's not all of us that are here. We have some guests with us.
My name is John, working from the west side of Africa, Nigeria. Boom, boom. Yeah.
My name is MM. I'm
Hello.
also from Nigeria.
Hi. And as you all know, this is
Tokoni.
and I'm Comfort, and it's nice to meet you guys again. So anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about relationships, and I have a few questions that we're all going to answer. My first question is, why do you think people our age are going into relationships?
I feel there are a couple of reasons, but then I'm not going to say they're the right reasons to go into a relationship if you ask me. I've seen a lot of people go into a relationship for the sake of loneliness, and there's a time where life gets to hit us. It's not high school, it's not nursery school where you're with a particular group of circle of friends, right? Now it's everyone almost has an individual program. Regardless, we could be in the same major, but our timetable is different, and when we start moving differently, meeting people differently, there is no time for a close kind of circle of friends. So most times people tend to compensate that partnership or companionship with that what they've always known, starting from high school, nursery school, where you have a particular circle of friends. So I feel like loneliness is one. If you ask me again, I would also say peer pressure mixed with social media.
Yes.
A lot of people want to act up what they see on the media. Most times they forget that the media is an act put up to entertain you. It's not necessarily reality. It's something put up for you to watch and say, whoa, this is cool, this is interesting, this is sad, But then people exactly, if we are to be fair, I would say everything on television should go in for if you watch the WWE, the wrestling, where it's do not try this at home. Everything on the media should go for that. It should go for do not try this at home. Exactly, people see things on the media and it's oh, I want to do that, I want to try that. It's now you hear people say what's third party? The third wheel. No one wants to be you go on a date and be the third person without a partner. It's that's made look you're looked down on. I'm it doesn't. You don't have to be a partner to be here. If you invite me as a friend, then what's
we're all
exactly. We're all exactly. So why try to make it that I have a different type from what you and this other person have on the table? It's so that's why I feel a lot of people at this age range right now probably tend to go into a relationship, even though most of them don't know or they don't intentionally do it for this particular reasons. But these are most of the reasons. They will all target as love, but is it really love?
Please.
Exactly. if I ask you all individually what you see at home, what your parents go through in terms of expression, I don't think it's what you see on the media as portrayed as love. Exactly. So
You see people there's these two couples that I see on social media every time. These people, they climb high places without any protection, and everybody's oh, couple goals, couple one.
Exactly.
But if one of you
I'm not trying to leave my house to go climb somewhere. Couple goals.
And honestly, I can really relate on that pressure side, because when I was in probably high school or so, when I was in that high school, I have this pair of friends, and every one of them was in a relationship. Every one of them. So I felt like the outsider all the time.
Until you
the fifth wheel or something.
Oh, thank you. Always, I always felt like the outsider all the time, but I didn't really put anything into consideration. And when sometimes we'll go out, we'll meet new people, and my friends will be oh, go and talk to him. Oh, he really likes you. This is da.
And come and talk to me. True.
Thank you. And because of that, I got pressured to enter into a relationship that I did not even like. like I didn't even like the person one
Just so you
bit.
can say, oh, I have a boyfriend.
Just so I can say I have a
Exactly,
boyfriend, that
Exactly.
kind of stuff. And it just went on like that. And I had to like step back and be like, come, why am I giving myself problems? Like this is unnecessary drama in my life. And it was until then I was like, okay, you know what? I don't need this kind of thing again in my life, honestly.
Okay.
Me, I want to say like I feel like people get into relationships as well. Like most of what both John and MM said are right. Like those are most of the reasons. But I also feel like people also enter relationships with particular people because like they just feel like they're, like you said, they're lonely, right? But not only that, I feel like they're also underlining issues and underlining things like, oh, this is the type of person, like this is the type of person that I want to be with. So like I want to be with this person. And like you don't want to be in that situation where okay, you're with this person and then y'all are not exclusive. So then you then become, y'all are not like inclusive. What am I saying? What am I even saying? Like y'all are not like, y'all are inclusive rather than exclusive. So that's why like you're okay, we want to put a tag like we're dating on this. So it's not like, because this is the person you believe you should be with at this point in your life, you know, because this person is sexy, you know, this person is that guy, you know, or that girl. So like, just so it's not like friends with benefits or anything, right?
Exactly.
It's like, okay, let's date, you know, so
Yeah,
that we
so we
can
can
be
do
together.
what we want.
But there's no like any relationship, I remember like Timmy was saying one time, like any relationship needs to have like a foundation, right? And like most of these relationships, most of the reason why they don't even succeed or they don't even last that long is because like it might not generally be because you all have like the wrong morals. It might just be like there was no foundation. Like y'all were not even friends, nothing. You just said, okay, yo, this guy fine, this girl bad.
Exactly.
True.
And then
That's true.
you're like, boom, and then she's feeling what you're saying, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Small
when you do
talks.
your thing, small
Yeah,
talks,
chit-chat.
and then from there,
Yeah.
a little one too, you know. And then from there,
Then from there you
people are
carry
dating.
belly.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Slow down.
I have to tell your friend.
Slow down.
I also think like it can be boredom. Because
Boredom.
sometimes when you ask some people now why you get in a relationship, you're like, oh, I was bored. And like if I'm in a relationship, I won't be bored because if I'm bored, I have to go to his house or go to a house or we'll go out. Like first of all, where's the money that you're using to do all this is
I
coming
know,
from?
right?
Because all these relationships take money. Because like most of the people that are dating now, it's always that, obviously it's always the boy that they expect to pay for everything. And uncle, where's your money? It's not your parents that are still giving you the
Slow
money.
down now.
So you will do your own, you will do for your babe, you buy Valentine present, birthday present, anniversary, everything. And you still take her out for dinner. Like, it's just a lot. And I think
I feel very attacked.
I was just about to ask you the same question.
no, but it's actually a lot. And like if that whole boredom thing, it makes no sense. Like if you are bored, you're in school, read your book, go out with your friends, do something.
That's
Must you be in a relationship before you can
fair.
fight your boredom? Like there are other things to do.
Yeah, there are other things like
There are a lot of other things to do.
And like, sorry,
No
like
problem.
when Temi is talking about, oh, like the guys are doing everything, probably that's like another topic or something. But I believe that a relationship is a two-way road.
Exactly.
Like you give
Relationship is
50,
about,
you
yeah.
collect
Yeah.
50.
I mean-
And you don't have to like do it like because you're obliged to. You have to do it because you want to do it. Because you want that relationship to work.
Yeah, true.
So when the boyfriend is buying, me, I actually don't believe, obviously, you probably pay for my first date, but I have to,
You have to show me. You have to show me
that
why
makes
you're
sense.
not
but
Makes
paying.
it
sense.
doesn't mean, but it
Yeah, it
doesn't
makes
mean
sense.
that I'm gonna go for that first date broke. Nuh-uh.
True.
Yeah.
You know that kind of
In
stuff.
case you want to use the toilet when the bill comes,
Yeah,
I can put my own.
there's a trick, you know. Like sometimes, like you have to. There's a trick that I use sometimes. Let's say like I go to like Walmart with somebody, like, and it's usually a girl, right? And then like, or there was this time I went with my friend. I was in Ottawa, and like she said like, we're going out to eat and do other things, right? So like we're friends, we're not dating like or anything. We're just going out, right? So I knew in my heart of hearts that my ATM, my debit was on 0.000. And the only thing your boy had to his name was like $20. And that was for the Greyhound back home to Peterborough, you know? Or no, it was $40. So I was like, okay, so let me just, she has bought everything. Said, she was selecting the food. Said, won't you add more? I said, okay. I was adding. We got to the checkout now. And then I now pretended like I knew the drill. Like you pretend to like put your hand in your pocket. You know, side eye, how is she saying anything? You know, open the wallet. As soon as I opened the wallet, she was like, what are you doing? I got you, bro. I got you. What are you doing? I said, are you sure?
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. Get my phone out together. You bring out that wallet and pay.
They has to use that card once in a while. I mean, you guys always make noise on the media that, you guys could pay for your first day. I mean, it's high time he tries it.
Yes,
I mean,
you have to. You're the one that's making me go
no, which is true. I understand that. That's a very gentleman
You're
thing.
paying
Yeah,
for
to
my
pay for the
time.
first day and all that. Yeah, I understand. But I'm just saying, if I'm in a position to use that card where she has to pay, why not? Like,
True.
Like first date, I'll pay.
yeah, first day I'll pay. But like
as we progress,
as we progress, I might even set myself up for that position. You know, exactly.
Wow.
But you guys are just
Everybody hearing what your
No,
friends
but
are
like you
saying.
said, like you said, a relationship is a two-way thing. It's that kind of understanding, right? Except if we are going in for the wrong reasons, which, like she rightfully says, we went because they are bored, and then it's like you use the guy as a means of escape. It's like you're bored at home, exactly. You're like, let's go shopping. You just say exactly. Just say let's go shopping because you're bored. He doesn't need anything from the mall. You just say let's go shopping, and you expect him to move out and go shop with you, and then you still expect him to spend his money. You know, that's the wrong reason. And I mean, there's still a lot of guys that will happily do that for some reason, but I mean, that's the wrong reason, like I said, to get in a relationship. It's not a healthy relation.
True, and it's not like moral.
Yeah.
Another
moral
thing is
basics,
like like girls. There's some girls and there's some guys who know that they have like both gender. They know like they're beautiful. They know they're fine. They know they're sexy, and they know like the influence and the power they hold over this particular person, and they try to like use that influence and misuse that influence. You know this person finds you attractive. You know because you've heard from the grapevine, e.g. their friends, that they really really like you. You know, and then like they will now she likes me, Abi. So like let me come and you know she's not that bad though, you know. She's not that bad. She's not looking that bad. He's not looking that bad. Let me just use him to buy me. Let me use him for Uber Eats or something like that. Starbucks.
My cab after I party.
Exactly. You know, anytime they're
You know,
hungry.
I feel like that that category of people that you've just explained now is mostly. Can I curse on camera? Because I want to say fuck boys. Go for it. Because it's mostly for fuck boys. Like, okay, we get it. Most of the fuck boys that you see in this life, they're good
fine.
looking.
Of course, that's why they're fuck boys.
Thank you. Like, why?
But you guys know, like all the fine boys, are usually all those ones that used to do what they're supposed to do.
I've seen very ugly.
I said not all.
Calm.
Most of the fuck boys are always fine.
Like nobody's ugly, but like I've seen guys that
No,
you can't see an ugly person going for girls. An ugly person cannot be a fuck boy. That's it.
Okay.
But like, who are you picking up? Except if you have money.
If
you're going to meet people
you know hear me that money be fine, but
That's what.
How would you see people that their mouth is like fountain of youth?
Exactly.
Chocolate fountain.
I know, like exactly.
Chocolate fountain. So sweet.
No. That's not nice because what you just said now, a friend literally told me one day that I look like a bad boy. And I'm like, what do you mean I look like a bad boy? Have you seen me doing something bad or some extra? I mean, if you say I've stolen something, have I robbed the bank? Like, that's a different type of bad boy. But like, taking a friend's pen or something, we've all done that, like type of, you know? And I'm like, so what makes me a bad boy? And then she's like, she don't trust me. I'm like, what do you mean you don't trust me? Like, you see me do anything bad? And then she said the same thing you just said now, that I look like someone that plays girls. I'm like, what you still mean? Like I still don't understand what you mean by that. Like
then again, it's the illusion.
you know exactly.
They create.
But-
And I asked one question.
Like,
Do you know one
illusion that,
person
yo,
I've played?
This
that,
person
like,
looks like a fuckboy.
exactly, and then
But,
And then they're like-
wait.
But then I asked
about
one
it.
question.
Think
Basically,
about
girls are attracted to specific type of guys, like just naturally. Or guys are attracted, like they look at this girl and they're like, rah, she's a bad thing, yo. But she's a completely, in fact, she'd be a church girl even. But she
Exactly,
just
like
looks,
she's a normal
she just looks like,
but
sweet.
wait,
and then
wait.
you're just attracted and you're like, no, I want this girl.
But wait, like, yeah, I get you. I totally get you. Like, when I mean, like, oh, like, fuck boys, like, bad boys, that kind of thing that play girls like that. If you look at the resume of a bad boy, resume, no. Think about it. If you look at that, what you see is that, oh, they are probably fine. They are fine. Like, they are fine. They have money. They know guys here and here, that kind of thing. That's the resume. And you can't blame girls that have been going, like, you can't blame girls that, like, they've been seeing guys like this, like, you know, that kind of stuff. They've been seeing guys and they're like, oh, it's after, like, things have happened that they now recognize that, oh, this guy, he's not even a better person self, that kind of stuff. And so that makes the resume to be building up. And they make the
In that case, experience is
And
the
so-
best teacher.
Okay, now let me say something. Now that's very,
It's the boys' fault.
No, let me say something. Now that's not true because okay, this is how I feel it goes down. Normally, you girls are very biased with whatever your friend tells you.
True.
So the moment a friend says he's a fuck boy, you don't even have a personal experience with this guy.
Of him, you just
don't even know him.
he's
You
a
still know him from
fuckboy.
a distance. Maybe he's only said hi to you once in a party, or like probably stopped you one time to like introduce himself and like try to get to know you, or like some type of contact. But once that biased information just comes like he's a fuckboy, and then it's like
really attacked in this.
oh, and then it's like
know.
he's talking to this other girl, and I'm like.
No, but
But you don't blame the girl.
But that's what I'm saying.
don't blame
Like,
her
just
though.
that one information of he's a
I do.
fuckboy. You don't even yourself as a
I
girl
do blame her.
don't have a personal contact with this guy. Like, you don't understand him. You've not spoken to him. He knows nothing about you, and then you're kind of biased.
And you already have an opinion about
him. That's one. And then most times, even if she chooses to go forward, it's like the friend still comes back, or the group of friends come back and like, oh, I saw him talking to this other girl, and I'm like.
No, but
Is he like
okay, but-
what?
No, but wait,
what discussion do you know is going on? Like
Let me ask
what?
you guys a
Like
question.
Mm-hmm.
I know how like you guys value, like I know how girls value like their friends' opinions.
Exactly.
It's like
I respect that.
and
though.
I respect that,
Yeah.
you know. But like, you do know, like, are you gonna lie that if like what John said is not true? Are you gonna say like it's not true that if you see a guy that you like and then obviously even when guys see girls like they like, they do their own research, and even like if their own boy says, oh nah, she's like that, she's a thought, she blah 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 blah, she's Tatiana, I don't even know, blah blah blah, and then like the guy will still like pursue it to get his own,
that's
like
the thing.
to
He
get
will
his
still
own
know what he
knowledge.
wants. Exactly.
Yeah, to do
get
what he
his own
wants.
knowledge. That's what I'm
He
saying.
respects
He
his
respects
boys,
his
like,
boys. Yeah, but he
opinion,
still,
but he still wants
you know,
that.
No,
he wants
but
to get
the
his full
problem-
fresh
But the
knowledge.
girl, she hears it, and then she's like, nah.
No, but the problem
you
with what you
forms your
guys
own
are saying is that if more than 10 people are saying the same thing about one person, you won't want to pursue that thing.
Obviously.
No, but you
What are
have
they
10
saying?
friends.
Not only, but like me, if someone is coming to talk to me now, obviously I'll ask questions around. And if every single person I'm asking about this person is saying the same thing, obviously I won't want to be one of the people that they will now start telling stories
No,
about.
but that's the rare.
oh, you
those
did
are
this,
those are
that's
the rare
right.
instances that there are 10 people saying bad things about this guy.
But
Which is
then,
what?
okay,
I mean,
think about it in this way. That okay, let's say for instance, let me take myself an example. I'm a girl that I really like this guy really well, yeah. And then Timmy comes and tells me that that guy, he's a fuck boy. Don't near him, that kind of stuff. I would be like, are you serious? For me now, I could have gone through so many fuck boys in my life.
What
So you don't.
fuck boys? That's my problem.
I mean,
You guys-
boys that are just
They're
there.
just play girls, just
Just
for the
play
sake of playing
girls,
girls.
just for the sake of playing girls.
Like,
And you're
don't
not only
start
playing
with a
one
girl
girl,
just
you're like
because of
playing
what they want to
numerous
get.
girls. just because they want to get something.
Can I say something?
Does that make sense?
I'm carrying STD around because you want to.
Do you know, like,
your country.
I'm not saying anything, like, I'm not trying to blow my trumpet or anything, but I remember, I can tell you, like, I can't count how many people that people I met in this school that have told me, like, yo, you know, the first time I saw you, I thought, like, you were a fuckboy, and you've changed, like, how, like, I thought about you. So sometimes, like, girls, it's not even just the fact that they hear it from their friends, they just, like, the conclusions they jump into is like diving into a pool, like one time.
Okay.
Like they'll just dive in. Like you just
Very attacked.
they're all girls.
Literally
They're all girls.
attacked.
And they told me like, yo, like the first time I saw you, and I was like, okay, why? Like why? They said just your face. So
No, but you guys know that there's a fuckboy face.
But wait.
There's a fuckboy face.
Okay, look, I hate when people are like, oh, girls always jump.
But there
into
actually is a
like,
Because they
fuckboy
do.
no, calm down.
They
Don't
do
say
though.
that. Don't say that. We don't jump.
Why let's take this outside?
There is a fuckboy face. That's not about that. It's just the way they look.
My problem is okay. My problem.
I can show you
So we
many
can,
My problem is
if we
fine.
look like that, we can just
You know
change
what? Like,
it.
We can't display
Or
people's
we can
face
go to
on camera.
Walmart and go and buy new
well, how about we
face.
do this? Let's take it as a challenge. I'm challenging every girl out there.
Yeah.
Right? If he's a fuck boy, you've heard stories about him. It's a challenge. Build it up to yourself and say, okay, let's let you know this fuck boy. Let you know for yourself firsthand if this is true. Let you. I mean, the point is.
He's not saying
I'm not
going blindly and just going.
exactly like okay. If you say he's a fuck
That's not what
boy
he said.
and you so much have news, information, stories that say okay, he played this girl, he made that girl, he did this to that girl, then let's just say you go in and say okay, you are not gonna play me. Let me find out if you're really a fuck boy.
No.
You have the upper hand.
No.
Exactly. If you look at it though, because if you're trying to say he's a fuck boy, I'm trying to say, how about you go personally and get an experience with this guy?
Okay.
Because one other thing I might say to you, it doesn't take 5 billion girls to change a fuck boy. If he is so to say a fuck boy, it takes one girl he really likes, right?
But how sure are you there's going to be this girl that's going that
No,
relationship?
chances are it's not you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Chances are it's not going to be you.
But like you guys
But,
know that.
but that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm saying. Even if the chances is still it's gonna be one girl, it might not be you because in the first instance,
You already have.
let's
You're
say
here
it's
bias.
exactly one,
Bias.
and then let's also say that like he's going there with the wrong knowledge of you too. Maybe say he's gonna play you, right? But then he goes in there, you show him another defensive
Yeah.
mechanism
Because
of
you have all the information.
I'm not here to be fucked
You have
up,
the
you know?
stats on
I'm not here to be fucked up.
okay.
That could also spark something else.
Okay, wait.
That is just what I'm saying.
Okay. So my next question is: do you think people our age should be dating for fun, or because they see a future with the person? And how do you know if the person is the right one? Let's take a minute to think about this one. Let's have a
I personally feel that, honestly, at my age right now,
That's my
I'm not that old. I'm old.
Usually our mothers are still at my age,
But like, I don't believe in dating somebody just because you feel like dating that person. Like, if you're dating somebody, then you are looking for something long term. It may not lead to marriage,
Yeah.
but you're looking for something long term. Like, you want to grow with that person, and you also want to grow as an individual. So dating is not like a sport that you just do because like, oh, I feel like doing it, or like, oh, I'm tired. Let me come out, that kind of stuff. If you're dating, I'm dating you for something. The reason why we're in a relationship is because of whatever reason it may
It's not
be.
to pass time.
It's not to pass time, it's to grow and to learn and to excel. So yeah.
Anyways, I always say this, and I think everybody that knows me is tired of hearing it. If you are dating somebody, especially in university, boy or girl, it should not be for fun. You should not be dating the person that when you are graduating, that's the end of the relationship.
Like high school.
You should leave. That was a secondary school. When you are changing
want
school
to
or when you are
leave.
graduating, that's the end. But like, Honestly, I think now
No shade to
we've
anybody.
become like more mature and like we should know what we want, even if it's not everything, but like we should know some important things about what we want. So you shouldn't just go into a relationship because I'm in university and I need to be with somebody to pass time, then after graduation, that's the end. Like it doesn't necessarily have to lead to marriage, but you should see yourself going somewhere, at least building something with this person. Or what my parents used to tell me is that you should see yourself, like don't date somebody that you cannot introduce to your parents. So like why like if you're with somebody, obviously you should be like you're proud of this person.
Date a drug
you can
addict.
go around with this person. but like if your mother should come to but all of you that are dating now, if your mother or your father should come to Canada, can you carry your boyfriend and say, Mommy, this is the person that will most likely spend the rest of my life?
We want to drag you like
just think about this thing. Like, it does not make any sense.
No, wait. I think you should rephrase that.
Exactly.
You say, Mommy, this is my girlfriend. Mommy, this is my boyfriend. Not the person I want to spend. That's when you're saying that. It's like, and then you're already like,
makes sense. But like, can you actually do that? Like most of the people that are dating now,
for me,
can't.
I can.
Because I know for you, can't obviously. But then there are some people that. Some of the things that their significant other are doing, they don't even agree with it. So case of like having their parents agree to it, or like if you have a younger sibling, is this someone that you can? If your younger sibling is dating someone like that, will you be happy? Will you be proud? Like just date somebody that you're proud of, and you see yourself going somewhere with the person. Because there's no time to waste. This life is short, so there's no time to waste time.
But the problem is, how do you now know that you will go somewhere with someone? That's the problem.
Can I answer that? It's when you like for me, like when I started like I'm just gonna make it personal now. When I started like dating my present girlfriend, right? Like I was of the impression that like before I started dating, I was like, this was December 2017, and I was like at that point where like anybody I'm going to date now is going to like, we have to be like, at least the goal should be marriage or something like that, because like I'm old but I'm not old. You understand what I'm saying? So like I have things I want to do myself, but like I want the person that who is like the person who's going with me to be on the same like wavelength. Like this is where we're trying to get to. We have goals to achieve in life individually as well as like both of us, so we should be on the same page. But like dating like my present girlfriend, I've come to realize that you can only plan for those things, or like getting there is like, it's not easy. It's not as easy as, it's not like saying it. It's easier said than done.
That's what I'm saying.
So like, if you want to know like how, if you're gonna last to that point, you have to stick with it. If you're gonna date this person and you've seen like, it's like dating somebody. When you date someone, like you get to know the person better. You get to know the parts that nobody, even their, if you stay long enough, you get to know even the parts that even their family members don't even know. And if you can stick with that and it's not a problem, then you know that you're out. Like this is gonna last a long time. And there's something she told me, she was like, you just go with it. Like go with the flow. No need to fight it. Just go with the flow. See where it's going. Hold strong to your morals and your values and what you hold dear to your heart. And if the person cannot accept you like that, yo, tell them to bounce. Because like my dad said, like this, and this is a mentality I live in my life. If there's nobody in this world, whether it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or even your close friend, your day one, that is not replaceable. Don't make anybody feel like you cannot replace them in your life, because when you give them that power, then they cannot do it now. You understand? That's the moral of the story.
Exactly.
So if you want to stay strong with the person, don't let anybody like
bars here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, don't let them feel like they have permanent residence. You understand? They don't pay rent. They don't put your bills. Don't make them feel like they have permanent residence.
I've seen my dad sack his PAs for that same.
One time.
It's like, listen, fuck up, he's like, get out of my office. He's like, pack your shit, get out. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, this man knows a lot of personal stuff about the family, the business. My dad is like, I don't like his feeling. He can just walk in here anytime. Like get out. Like he knows what. My dad like, he knows what I'm earning. Get out. And that's it. I'm like, I'm just there like jaw drop. I'm like, really, man, like.
Still not getting it, man.
Okay,
No
so
one
that
is
leads us to the
irreplaceable,
other question.
yeah.
How do you know if the person is the one?
Exactly. That's why I've been having
For me,
problems.
Sha,
That's why I've been
for
having
me,
problems.
hard though.
I feel, for me, Sha,
Tough.
I feel the one.
It's only Jesus. It's
Exactly.
only
you know?
Jesus that can help you.
You know how like when people are getting married, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, bowl of my bowl, drip of my
Exactly.
ring. I knew you were
Apple
the
of
one.
my eye.
I knew you were the one when I saw you. But like, how do you actually know? For me, Sha, I feel is if it's someone that supports your goals and like moves with you, that's one. Then if it's someone that I don't know how to put this in words, but like,
Just say it as it.
You know how to put
as
in
Minky
words.
said.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
no, but like someone that you actually, for me, Sha, I always say this. I want to marry somebody like my father, but like for me, if I'm going to be with someone, it's going to be like someone that I would see my children being like.
So how's your
You get
father?
it.
Like,
How's
how's your father?
You know,
My dad is like, I don't know. My parents' marriage is just, I don't know. Marriage is not perfect, but like to us, my parents' marriage is just perfect.
Perfect, right?
Because
Exactly.
like they know how to live with each other. Like they support each other no matter what. Even like one person you don't really like what this person is going through, but because this person wants to go through with it, like they just go with it and like they support you, they push you. I don't know. They just have this connection. Like they have this friendship. So it's more of like not just a marriage, but also a friendship that like both of them want. You get? And also like you see my parents in their children. So like how they are is how we are. So like, if I want to get married to somebody now, I want it to be somebody that my children will be proud of, like going out and saying, oh, these are my parents, or like I'm proud that my children are like this. Like you get?
Yeah.
Because I don't see, if I marry someone, I don't want it to be like someone that I will more of have to tolerate all through my life. I want it to be somebody
yeah,
that
yeah.
I will
No, exactly,
enjoy
like,
being
yeah,
with.
that's
That's why we go through the
I
dating
think-
phase.
Exactly, but like, I feel
You're gonna
most
have
all
to.
relationships should start with friendship. You don't just come in and
No.
say, "Oh, I like you," and start
Exactly,
dating.
and that's
You guys
what-
should be friends. Like
which is
find
very
out
true.
what's
Chill,
going
chill,
on.
chill.
Can I say
Yeah,
sorry?
okay,
Can I
yeah.
say
Go ahead.
something? I feel like people get like I feel like I get you that you want to marry some you see yourself being with somebody that's like your father. I don't think I'm not like saying that, oh, you're wrong.
Go for it.
But I don't feel like that's like the right word to use. I feel like if I was to use that word, I'll say, oh, I want to have like a marriage that is like my parents' marriage. Because there's a difference between an individual and when two people come in together and work on something. What I'm saying is that what I'm trying to say is that you may be like, oh, the thing about our parents that not everybody knows, not every child knows about them is that you don't know how they act between each other.
Themselves,
Yes,
yeah.
all you just see is
Yeah.
like all.
But like that's why I like the thing is
I know
you
but
don't
it's just-
see the what's that word, the divide between them.
Problem.
Like they always show like themselves
The
as like they know how to deal with their problem
And
inside and not
inside,
bring it
yes.
out. That's like what I like about most marriages.
Yeah, but then again is that I get you. Yeah, that's good, that kind of stuff. But the thing is that if you are looking for somebody that's like somebody, that person may not match your personality. Your mom's and your dad's personalities they're totally different.
Definitely.
They're not the same as your own
That's what you're
personality.
saying, that's
So I
what
feel
you're
like
saying.
if like anybody is looking for anybody, you have to like match with someone that is your own personality.
Personality.
They can be like, oh yeah, I relate with this person or this kind of stuff. We can work together and not have conflict on stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
can be like, oh yeah, I want my marriage to be like my parents' marriage, like they were in harmony. And I don't, not probably like my parents' marriage, because there are other people outside in this world that have parents that are separated and everything.
Yeah.
But you do have like a marriage that's like, oh, I want our marriage like to
Yes,
be together.
really
I want
settled.
us like to be together in that marriage, not like separate. So I feel like the right term is like I want someone like to match my own personality.
Yeah,
More
to
like
Yeah.
complement
Yeah,
you.
to complement my own
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
totally.
that I mean, now you see the problem. What you guys just said to me, I find it as a long-term goal. Now let's take a 3, 5, 6, 10, 4, any amount of years you want to take back.
Reverse.
what is currently going on now before you start to date someone. It's hard to say, like you said, you want to be friends before you get married. It's hard to say, and that's something else I was going to ask. I always think about it. I'm like, I see more like relationships are relationships now because we are both in the same room. In the sense that, yeah, I could switch the girl in that room with the same guy and it'll be perfect because they will learn to live together, in the sense that they'll at some point come to some understanding. Because if you take her out of that room and that guy, she's almost in a world whereby everyone is in the room with someone. So she's kind of desperately looking for a companion. Same with almost with the guy. So it's like, then I would support your goals. What's your goal? To do what like, you know, and then it's like both of you goals are almost like on the foundation basic. So there's nothing much in supporting your goal other than good luck. If you ask me, it's like almost like saying good luck, you know? It's like, think about it, whatever goals you have now, I bet you your biggest problem is like financial capital.
Legendary beats.
Gisele, legendary no.